Hello YouTube, back in the final BattleBots review, and today I'm reviewing the last of the toys that I actually forgot to review before. I may have, put it aside or opted not to review it previously. This is the Deadblow Grappler. This is the remains of it anyway. You can kind of still see some of the evidence of it. I mean, you see what this little attachment is here. It's actually attached to what was once holding the original weapon that was actually on the real robot. You can see it actually lifts up out of the base there, so when it's meant to be, when it's triggered, when you got the handle at the end, you pull the trigger, and this is supposed to go up, to come down and come back up again. But because of the way, the old weapon, the head sheared off, it's not really meant to take the kind of abuse I was more interested in doing. You can see it still has the wheels that pop up. These are the part of the, what the commercial for these called the trigger points, where if they're hit, they will, let's see, I don't know if they're visible on this side here. Let's see if I can get, little tabs here up front. There's one on each side, and these are the trigger points. These are what you're supposed to hit, so that, you can see I pressed one in. They move over there. They're meant to be kind of disable the toy, and then basically you knock them out in that fashion. The wheels move on their own. I mean, you can see I did this. I think part of this may have been my doing, although I'm not entirely sure. I mean, some of these obviously, yeah, I probably loosened these up a bit over the years, just so it could drive on and kind of give the illusion that it's actually driving around. The wheels just have enough ability to touch the ground. And if you're not familiar, this is the second edition release. That's why you notice all these paint bits on the side. You look at the wheels carefully, you see like silver paint. That's not my doing. That's actually on the toy. Actually, this was from Amazon a long time ago. I ended up ordering this toy on Amazon way back when I was a kid. So that's my dad was the one that ordered it, not me. And as you can see, I actually added the sticker, the Deadblow stickers on top, because I think on the actual toy they didn't actually show up that well, if at all. But I've kind of given mine a flipper now because his old weapon kind of broke and was no longer usable. And it sort of coincides with the actual TV show where he kind of sort of went 50-50, but it's more of a flipper than a lifter at that point. But mine's a little more robust and all that. But yeah, it's a very iconic. I mean, obviously, if you ignore this part on top, you can see it's a pretty. It matches Deadblow pretty well. I mean, down to the base. Here's the chassis underneath. You can see it says Deadblow underneath there. Just so you can confirm this is definitely a Road Champs toy. And if you picture the weapon on top, you can see it pretty well. If you actually own the toy, you can probably better showcase it than I can. But it's a very well represented version of Deadblow. I mean, obviously, he had the first edition as well. He had the third edition, which I think came with a winner's pock or trophy. I think his might have been a winner's pock. But the toy was actually pretty replicated. I mean, very well, especially even down to the weapon itself. It was the Season 2.0 design. Didn't have the extension on the flipper there, but I mean, they get through a lot of detail, and if you want a little further proof, that's where the handle goes. That hole is where the handle would go. These were not meant to actually come apart the way the new one, the Clutch and Clash ones can. But I did it anyway. I never really bothered to actually put anything on the back. I mean, some I did, some I did not. But this was obviously one of them. This also helps to, in case I want to open it up, see how it works. There's not a lot to it, especially now because there's everything that was attached to it is gone. These are very well built. I mean, they're not gonna you can't break these with your hands easily. They're very solidly built. I mean, granted, they're not meant to actually go hard into brick walls and be stepped on and dropped from huge amounts of depths. But I suspect that they're going to take some kind of abuse. They've already taken a good number of abuse when I've set them up through. Although, I guess I'm only using a very custom-built arena for them. So they're not going to take a huge amount. In fact, the only thing that seems to take the abuse is these components. I've actually had to replace the yellow pieces on the side here, because they tend to break after a fashion. But I mean, you want to get down to it. This is very well designed. I mean, Road Champs definitely went the extra mile. They didn't have to include the tread on the tire, but you can see them clearly on the wheels here. Get a better shot of them here. Yeah. So now that I've got a basically more or less HD camera, you can actually get a better look at the. See if I can. There you go. There's the one on the left. You can see it's got the paint marks on them. Yeah, it's interesting is that yeah, and even the detail on top. If you look carefully enough, there's a whole lot of detail on it, including all the stuff that you saw on the real robot. It's actually better shown on the actual kit. You can see little X's up here. You can see all the detailing on here. You got the side rivets on here. You can't see them that well unless I put them at a bit of an angle, but you can see little dots going around the edges here. And of course the bolts, I think, that were actually holding the wheels on. You can see there's 4 of them on each wheel. 4 here, 4 on the other 2, including the rims inside as well. I mean, they did a fantastic job on all of these. And obviously you can see mine's missing a screw on this side, but that's okay. Doesn't really matter. There's enough to hold it together and stuff. But yeah, I mean, this is solidly built. I mean, if you're a fan of Deadblow, and I'm sure you probably would be. I mean, if you're a fan of Mythbusters, Grant Imahara built Deadblow back in the day. He was also responsible for the Energizer Bunny commercials from back then. So he actually had a little crew working on that as well. So if you see the Energizer Bunny commercials, know that at one point Grant Imahara worked on it. It was a long time ago, though. Obviously, it was about 20 years ago almost now. But this is his bot. This is his bot is don't know. Yeah, he's not on the show anymore. He's not on Mythbusters anymore. But his bot still, I think, lives in legacy for one reason or another. Because I mean, of its success and its popularity and all the merchandise that came out as a result of it. So yeah, that's my review on the Deadblow Grip and Grappler. Thanks for watching.